All right, guys, welcome to our Six-Figure Agent Friday Mastermind. Glad to see everybody on this morning. Getting into the holiday season and beautiful time of the year. Let's kick it off, guys, with gratitude this morning. That's how we always kick off our meetings, start our meetings with a little bit of gratitude, what you're grateful for on this morning. Anybody want to start us off? What you're grateful for on this morning?
All
I'm
right,
grateful.
I will jump right in there. I'm just grateful for breath and um, the breath in my lungs, the activity of my lips. I'm grateful for peace, and the goodness of God. I just gotta say that I'm grateful for peace. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Anybody
Um,
else? Yes.
I'm grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for the privilege of seeing another December. And I know that, God still have last minute miracles in store. So I'm excited about that and looking forward to 2024.
Amen. Good seeing you the other day, Rose.
You are looking sharp.
Thank you, thank you. Real
Good
too.
seeing you too.
Good morning, everybody. I am grateful for this new day. I am grateful that there's some crazy things going on right now in my life, but I know God has it. So I don't have to worry about him. So that is what I'm grateful for. I'm, as always, grateful for you guys.
Hey man, good, good. Grateful for you too, Lisa.
Thank you.
Anybody else, guys? What you're grateful for on this morning? I'm grateful myself just to be on the wake up list this morning, to be in the land of the living. Just grateful for our amazing team, the dream team, and my family and beautiful time of the year. My daughter's gonna be flying in here from Atlanta in a couple of days, and and Christmas spirit don't officially start until she gets here. So, so in the house, everything just lightens up then, and so we're excited about that. All right, guys. Anybody else before we move on?
Good morning.
Hey,
How are you, Rose?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm grateful being with you guys as usual for the energy you're giving us, Rose. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Glad to have you on.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's move on then. So we're planning for Monday. She says she's available either Monday or next Friday. I think next Friday everybody's probably gonna be in Christmas mode. What do y'all think? Is next Friday, or y'all gonna be on here, or should we just go for Monday during our call, during our Monday morning? Wanted to get a little consensus from you all. What you think?
Monday
Monday?
for me. Yeah.
Keep it at Monday. Okay. We'll keep it at Monday, guys. And so she's going to be on with us again. She had a hearing this morning, and she would have had to do it out of her car, drive to the courthouse, hang outside the courthouse in her car. So I said, let's just put it out with, don't try to force it, do all that. So we want her to be able to take her time and answer, have a nice Q&A and all that. So we're planning for this Monday, the 18th, on our Dream Team, our Monday morning call. Okay. And I apologize if we had any guests here as well. So, hey guys, I wanted to put this out here. Rod Durden, if you're on, I promised Rod's mom that I was going to put this out there. She has an amazing organization down in Louisiana where she helps a lot of people. And she has one that she really helps seniors. She goes to some of the senior communities, and she does like a Christmas. She used to do gift cards, but now she's doing real cash. She felt like, the cash will be more impactful to them. They can use it however they want, bless their kids and grandkids, pay some of the bills. So she has a 501(c), guys, that you can donate to if you're looking to make a donation to a charitable organization that's doing a lot of great things in the community. I told her I was going to make this known. I sent something down to her yesterday, and and we said we're just going to get behind her with it. So this is our information. You can take a picture of the screen. She has a Cash App right there, Ram Inc. It's a certified real company. Got a lot of raving reviews down there in the Louisiana area. She does pretty much around the nation as well, but down there she's making a real positive impact in the community. So if you want to give to this, her number's on there. If you want to contact her, just have a conversation, how you can get involved and maybe partner up with her as well. So take a picture. So, all right, Rod, that's make sure you report to mom,
Appreciate that, Rod. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so like he was mentioning, she actually does a lot in the community down there. There's a lot of kids that she works with in the court system that have been displaced out of their houses, and she works hand in hand with the courts and social services to try to get them placed in homes before Christmas and help get them toys and stuff like that. She was real active during Katrina when a lot of those people got misplaced in New Orleans. Shreveport is only 4 hours away, so she's always been active down there. And of course, like you said, she's not just active in Shreveport, Louisiana, but her organization is always trying to help out during the holidays. I've seen these seniors get these type of $5, $10 little cash gifts, $20, and they act like they hit the lottery. It's a big deal for them to be able to have a couple dollars to do whatever they want instead of being confined to some of the stores that help from the government mandates that they go to. So it's a big deal. And if you guys have heart to give and you're willing and able and in a position to, definitely appreciate the help.
All right. Well, great, guys. Make sure you take a picture of this slide here. All right. Every Wednesday, guys, we come together. We talk about eXp Realty, 12 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. Also, I'll hang back. If you have any guest on that wants to hear a little bit about eXp, why it's the fastest growing real estate company in the history of real estate companies in this country, I'll hang back after this this Zoom here at 9 o'clock, and we hang out for about a half hour, and I'll talk to you about eXp and how it's been a game changer, not just me personally, but for 90,000 agents. When you have 90,000 agents migrating and moving to a company, there's a real reason. There's a reason it's making an impact. It's changing the game. It's kind of like what Uber did to the yellow cab industry. You go to New York City now, you don't see many yellow cabs because of Uber, and what Netflix did to Blockbuster and what Amazon did to a lot of retail. Same thing is happening at eXp Realty. We didn't come to eXp just because of the logo and the three letters that nobody knows what they mean, but we came because of the model and how the model is like creating financial freedom and wealth for agents, being able to build a legacy, not just to be a salesperson for the rest of our lives until we're old and gray, but to be able to really build residual income. I can build my own company under the umbrella of eXp Realty. So check us out, hang out. I'll stay on a few minutes after this Zoom if anybody wants to hang out and hear about eXp Realty and why so many agents are coming. Why have 90,000 agents left their companies and come to eXp? So hear about it, guys. All right, guys, our Agent Academy, we finished up this Wednesday. Appreciate everybody. Academy.
Ron, I just wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to add one thing. You had said 98,000.
90,000.
90.
90, yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay, yeah. When I joined, which was about a year and a half ago, it was at 31,000. Because I have it written. I have it written down.
That's crazy.
The day I joined, the day I joined, I have it written down 31,000. So that's why I just want to throw that out there.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's growing that fast.
Well, when I joined, there was only 117 people in the company, and I was 118. So crazy, crazy, crazy how this company has grown. And I just, thankful that I had the vision, the insight. My wife and I, we saw it. I left 100% company to come to EXP. And because of the opportunity, somebody said, what if you like to make 100% plus? I'm like, what? How is that possible to make 100% plus? And sure enough, I'm well over 100% year round because I have multiple streams of income coming in through EXP, and also 7-figure equity owner. So, all right, guys, let's Academy, listen out for it. It'll be starting up next year. Don't know exact date yet because I want to do some tweaks and changes. I want to make sure we're going to the next level in it. Every time that we have our Academy, we're going to the next level. So we're going to be working behind the scenes to put some things in place to make it awesome and dynamic so our agents can come over and hit the ground running, selling homes a lot faster, selling more homes more often, and really adding value in the community. So, all right, guys, let's grade it. Put it in the comments, guys. What did this week look like? What did the week look like? What did the week look like? Morning routine. Did we wake up early? Did we get up early and nail our morning routine? Our affirmations, our goals, praying our day, spending time with God. Exercising, that morning routine. How was your focus, your discipline this week? What about lead generation and prospecting? Business development. Anybody, any 5s out there? Or any 3s, 4s? What did it look like, guys? New business development. We always should be in new business development mode. I got to go out and get new business. I just can't nurse that one client that may one day, someday, if the rates go down, they may or may not buy. They may put their home on the market. They may buy. No, not that. But we got to constantly be going out, getting new business, getting ourselves in front of people that want to buy now. And those people that want to buy later, we're nurturing them. We're following up with them. We're putting them in our system where they're getting touched so many times. We're staying in front of them. We're calling them. We're reminding them. We're sending them listings, or just nurturing them until that time when they're ready to buy. Working on our database. You should be working on your database every week, guys. Every week, have a day where you're working on your business. You're working on it. You're improving. You're adding people. You're getting them out of your phone. You get them off the sticky letters. You're taking the business cards that you met people. You actually put them into your database. Tracking your number of conversations. It's the conversations that count. To get appointments. How many appointments did we go on last week or this week? How many signed agreements did we get? How many signed agreements have I gotten this month? A buyer agreement or a listing agreement? Ratified contracts, closings. So what does it look like, guys? You got to grade yourself daily with this, but definitely the weekly. How did my week look? Was I just in holiday mode? Was I just in holiday mode all week long? All right, I'm gonna move on. Didn't put any numbers. I don't see no numbers, nobody. So, okay, we got, Joy got a 5. All right, congratulations, Joy. Woo! Joy said a 5. Viola said 3, awesome. Rose said 4. Awesome, guys. Dream big, set big goals, take action, guys. This is a slide that we show. Just want to make sure that we're always dreaming. We're always dreaming. We're always seeing ourselves in our next home. We're seeing ourselves at the next level, seeing ourselves debt-free in 2024. Anybody see yourself debt-free in 2024? Want to get debt-free? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Being a bigger giver, supporting your favorite church organization, accomplishing your why, being able to bless others, one day purchasing your dream home. My wife and I, we're always looking at our dream home. We're buying these magazines. We might have to build it. And, we're dreaming. We're looking at, we're always dreaming at the next level. accomplishing your why, building a legacy, making history. That's why a lot of us are here in this real estate industry. We want to not just be a great salesperson to sell house, but we want to build a legacy. We want to make history in our families. We want to make history. You know, we want to earn the most income ever that anybody's ever made in our families. You know, we want to live at a higher level. We want to be the biggest givers and blessing others more than anybody else ever in my family, in my sphere of influence. I want to make history. You know, see yourself earning. You know, if you never hit that six-figure mark, see yourself hitting six figures in 2004, that $100,000. See yourself making $250,000. We're going to be talking about that today, guys. Our topic is, you know, kind of removing that ceiling, removing that financial ceiling and raising the floor. That's going to be our topic today, what we're going to be talking about. But see yourself earning $500,000 a year. Anybody can see yourself earning $500,000 or more annually coming in? Anybody see it? You gotta see it.
I do.
Believe it. Yeah. $1 million or more. Yeah. Good. We've been talking about this month, guys, getting your financial house in order. Getting your financial house in order. Tasha, I see your hand up. Did you have a? Okay, you just raised it. I got you. Taking
No,
inventory.
you asked about being debt free, and I raised my hand.
Oh, yeah. Guys, getting your financial house in order, getting your house in order, not just your financial house, but your entire house, your being, everything about you, getting it in order. Taking inventory of your mindset going into 2024. You got to take some time to like really sit down and look at where do I see myself next year, this time, December 2024? Am I going to be better? Am I going to be at another level? What does it look like? It shouldn't be a carbon copy of 2023. Is that right, y'all? I want to continually elevate. I want to continually go to another level, you know, even your level of your skill level. You know in the business, you're learning, you're developing. You shouldn't be the same person you were now as you were back in January of this year, but you've shifted. You've gone to another level. You've elevated. So take inventory of your mindset spiritually. You know, want to be getting better in every area of our life spiritually. How many of y'all want to be y'all want to grow spiritual into spiritual maturity? You're living better. Your relationships with your spouse, everything, with your children, being intentional about it, being intentional about improving relationships. I want to make sure, you know, I had to run out this morning. You know, my spouse, we got home late last night. We had getting ready for a big toy drive at our church this weekend. So they were there wrapping gifts, and I came home, we were talking, and we were in my wife's car, and she has to go in this morning, and man, the gas light was on. Any sisters know what I'm talking about? The gas light was on, and I didn't stop and fill up the car. And so I made sure I got up this morning right before this meeting started, and I ran and filled up her car for her. So can I get one amen from the sisters?
Good job. Good job. I was letting my mic off.
So this morning at 23 degrees, because I didn't want my wife to be out there at 23 or whatever how temperature is. It's cold out there, filling up the car. So I went and did it right before this meeting. You know, so improving your relationships, taking those times, those moments, you know, with your spouse to, you know, especially, you know, loving on them this holiday season. We've been talking about your health is your wealth, guys. Going into 2024, how many want to be healthier? How many of you want to be healthier, live healthier, exercising, eating better? We don't want it to just be a New Year's Eve resolution that we write on paper and we do for like 1 or 2 weeks, but we want to be healthy throughout the year, for the rest of our life, because our health is our wealth. People are depending on you. Is that right, guys? We said it last week. People are depending on you.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, we want you to be around. We don't want to be having heart attacks and dying and before our time.
Mm.
People are depending on us. So, you know, we want to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies, our health. We're drinking more water, we're exercising, we, you know, getting off the bad foods. So, because your health is your wealth. It's hard to do business if you know, you're not in good health, you're struggling. All right, guys, and finances, getting our financial house in order this year, taking time, getting rid of some stuff. Just last night, I was up, getting rid of a lot of stuff, just kind of doing an inventory in my bank account of stuff that I've signed up for throughout the year that I've forgotten all about. Those little $25 things here, these $50 things here, a couple of things were $99 a month. And I completely forgot that I signed up for this thing. Completely forgot about it. And it's hitting my account every month. So being a better steward of our finances. So, you know, I encourage you guys to go through your bank accounts, print out your statements, and just go line by line. We got to do it anyway, getting ready for tax time. That's what I'm doing, getting ready for tax time, pulling out all my expenses, looking in QuickBooks, all that stuff. So you look at all your expenses and see, go line by line. Do you need that stuff? Did it serve you? Did it help you get business? If not, it needs to go because it's taken away from your finances. Anybody on that? Any comments on that? Anybody doing anything like that?
Yes,
And
sure. I do that often.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to do it often, guys, because, you know, even, you know, we got a bad habit of eating out a lot because we're kind of on the go and we you know, don't really cook a lot at home, but we got to start being better stewards, you know, cooking, you know, eating home more. But definitely those things that you sign up for, you know, go back and look at those bank statements, look at your bank accounts, your debit cards and your credit cards and see what's coming out. Of course, there can be expenses at the end of the year, but guys, that expenses, if it's not serving you, that money could be reallocated toward lead generation, Lord leads or something that can better serve you in your business. Declutter. Anybody decluttering this month? Decluttering, getting rid of a lot of junk and stuff in the house. Yeah. Unblocking the flow, guys. I know we had a class, a couple of, man, we probably did it maybe earlier in the year about what's blocking the flow. What's blocking your flow, guys? Do an inventory of your life. What's blocking your flow? What's some undone things that still need to be done that you've been putting off for the balance of the year? You still haven't done it. You still haven't cleaned out that drawer, that, you know, or that closet or your trunk or your car. What needs to be cleaned up? What needs to be decluttered? What's blocking the flow? What's blocking the flow? But maybe bad financial management is blocking the flow of more business coming into you because subconsciously you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not being a good steward over what I have now. I'm not paying taxes. I'm not doing stuff right. I'm not saving. More would just be more chaotic. So this could be what you're saying deep down on the inside of you. Maybe it could be the reason that's blocking the flow of more business coming your way. Does that make sense, guys? I don't want to get too deep, but subconsciously it could be blocking business.
Making a lot of sense.
Yeah, what have you been putting off? What have you been delaying? What have you been saying that I'm gonna get to it? Do it today, guys. Do it now. Do it today. And systems, being intentional going into 24, putting more systems in place. Next year, we're going to be talking a lot more about systems that you need to put in place for your business to be able to leverage. And we'll talk about that a little bit today too, being able to go to that next level, leveraging and being able to scale up. Scale up, you're going to need leverage and you're going to need systems to scale your business. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Let's talk about any comments before we jump into this? Anything on this? Anything on this? Anybody been doing the inventory?
good stuff.
Okay. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Raising your financial floor. Hey, I wanted to welcome any guests we had on too. I didn't do that earlier. Welcome any guests who may be on for the first time. Thank you for being with us. We're excited to have you. All right, guys, raising your financial floor and eliminating the ceiling in 2024. So And what this means, guys, most of our life, the balance of our life, we've kind of had a invisible floor and an invisible ceiling. We've had this financial floor, meaning that this is kind of like the minimum. This is what I need. This is what I need to pay my bills, to make it in life, to make, pay my rent, pay my mortgage, pay my car note, make sure I got food on my table to live. This is kind of like my financial floor. But we want to get to the point where we're raising the financial floor. We're raising that floor up and eliminating the ceiling. And then there's been this ceiling that's been over us for the balance of our lives, like why we can't crack the 6-figure mark, why it's so tough to pass 200,000, $250,000 a year. It's been this ceiling over. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's been this ceiling, like, why haven't we cracked the 250 mark, the $500,000 mark, the $100,000 mark in our life? It's been this ceiling. So we want to eliminate this ceiling and we want to raise the financial floor. Raising the financial floor. And what I mean, it's like a financial floor. This is like your minimal acceptable level of financial security or capital that a company or individual aims to maintain to ensure stability and mitigate risk. So mitigating risk, what's some risk if we don't make enough money, have enough money coming in? What happens? Anybody? What happens if we don't have enough money coming into our life and to our bank account monthly? Y'all can talk back to me now.
We can't pay our bills. We can't live. We can't, a lot of things won't get paid for.
Yeah.
A lot of things we like to do. We can't go on vacation. We risk being homeless. I mean, that's
Yeah.
extreme, but
That's real.
yeah.
That's real. That's why 90,000 number down, 90,000 agents have left the business because they weren't meeting their minimum. The financial floor wasn't getting met at all or very little. So your minimum acceptable level of financial security, to maintain, to ensure stability and mitigate risk. So let's talk about how do we raise our financial floor, meaning that this is the minimum amount. This is what I got to earn in 2024, not what I got to earn, but this is what I'm going to earn. This is what I'm saying, that I'm deciding that this is going to be the amount from here on out. I'm never going to make less than this. I'm raising my financial floor to say, this is my new norm. This is the new norm, guys. And what this training that is meant to do is create an awareness. Like, man, again, shifting our mindset, like, okay, I am in control of this thing. I do have the power and the ability to decide, not just make a choice, but to decide, like, this is going to be my new norm. So it starts with deciding. Write that down, guys. I got to decide what is going to be my new norm, my new financial floor. Not based on history, not based on what's happened for the balance of your life. I'm talking about going forward into 2024. Anybody, y'all tracking with me? I don't say
Yes.
camera. I can't see your faces. Like, man, y'all out there. Deciding what that number is going to be, whether it's 250, 500,000, guys, step out there. Stop being so scared and afraid to put a number out there. What's going to be that minimum? I'm deciding, I'm deciding to go all in, to be all in this real estate industry. I was meeting with you know, a bunch of wealthy agents earlier this week, and they had a CPA that handles a lot of agents and a lot of high earners. And he was just talking about the income that a lot of the agents are making, especially here in Northern Virginia. The income, you know, it matches a lot of the presidents and CEOs, directors, top level, high level military people in this area. You know, the colonels, the generals, you know, the SESs. We're in one of the greatest industries in the world, this real estate industry, where we can make an unlimited amount of income. There is no ceiling here in real estate, and especially here at eXp Realty, we got people earning $1 million a month just from revenue share outside of their sales. So we got to decide to like go all in. What's that number? Really getting to the point where we're taking authority now, that we're operating in authority, like this is what it's gonna be. How many of y'all serve a God of abundance and no limits, unlimited? There's no lack. Yeah. There's no lack in God. There's no limitation. There's only abundance.
Yes, sir.
So why are we putting ourselves on this low financial floor? Like this is what I'm supposed to earn based off of these past results. So 2024, how many of y'all declaring that 2024 is going to be your best year ever? Anybody? 2024 is going to be your best year ever. Have y'all started saying
2024 is gonna be my best year yet.
Yeah.
2024 is my best year
Yeah.
moving forward.
We got to start saying it, declaring it, speaking it. It's going to be my best year in every area of my life. I'm going to make more money in 2024 than I've ever made in any of the other years. So no limits, guys. Deciding to be more disciplined, deciding to be all in, deciding to be more consistent. Consistency is what kills us a lot of time in our business. We're not consistent. You know, we're on one day, we prospect one day and we take off in 3 days. We're not following up. We got to be consistent in everything they do. Be consistent in our branding, our marketing, our advertising, our business development, our prospecting, our lead generation, business development, conversations every day, consistent. Deciding to be more driven, more passionate about the business. Guys, are y'all excited about the business? Are y'all excited to be in the industry, to be at eXp Realty, a company that's making history? Are y'all excited about that? Do you have passion?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Even outside of the company, just passion to just help people. There's a lot of people that need a good agent that's going to help them and hold their hand through this difficult process of making the largest purchase transaction in their life. You know, buying $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 homes. They need somebody to guide them, regardless of all this stuff that's going on in the news about NAR and the lawsuit and all that stuff. People need somebody to help them navigate this process, and they need a good agent. So get passionate about that, guys. Get passionate about going out and helping people. Stop being so salesy or salespeople, but I want to get passionate about being a servant leader. I want to go out and help people navigate this. This is what I've been studying and learning and being all these classes and courses and learning to negotiate it. All these things I've been learning to add value to the people that I come across that are in my sphere. Okay. Deciding to guard your mindset, like this is going to be the way forward. This is the way forward. This is the new norm. This number that I decide on, that's going to be my minimum income from going forward. I'm not going to make less than $250,000 a year. I'm not going to make less than 100,000, whatever your number is, guys. It's according to your belief. But I'm trying to raise your belief level, your faith level on this Zoom here. But raise that number up. Anybody willing to raise that number to really step out there on faith? Anybody? Y'all come off mute, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, Joy.
How you doing?
Good.
So y'all know the throat situation is got sleeping at night with my mouth open. I just wanted to say that since we've been on this call, I've been charting. I have this little Excel spreadsheet chart out, you know, what I made 2020, 21, 20, you know, charting. And with me charting it, I was looking at like I looked at 21, which was like one of my most amazing years. And I'm gonna be translucent so y'all can flow with me. I know it's supposed to be transparent, but water, I'm like water. 200,000 was 2021. I didn't even look at 2020. Then I did 2022, and that was like 130. And 23, we look shaky. It looked like 119. So I still got a couple of more closings. I'm hoping it'll take me over. But 2020 looked like about it was like 120. So it looked like my average is around 120.
Yeah.
And so what I need to do is be mindful of that. That's the my floor basically. And I'm just just knowing your numbers and going back looking, that is helping me right now go, okay, yeah, and I need to look at it a little bit sooner than the end of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got me on this now. Thank you.
That's awesome, Joy. Now look at like that. We don't want that to be the norm. Now, what do I need to do to like really make that 250,000 and more? 250,000 or more, Joy. There's no reason why with your expertise, your knowledge, your personality, everything about you, you shouldn't, there's no reason you should be 250,000, 500,000 or more. Plus, how do we get there? We got to decide. We got to decide that this is going to be my minimum. No more the same. We don't want to stay in a circle of sameness. We get stuck in this circle of sameness. If you look back year 22, 21, 2020, it's like a circle of sameness. Like, how do we get out of this circle? You got to decide. You got to see yourself in a circle of sameness and like run for the sidelines, run out of it. Like, I'm no longer going to be the same. I'm making like a quantum leap going into 2024. No more sameness, no more old, same old, same old. I'm shifting my mindset. I'm getting in rooms like this. I'm guarding my mindset. I'm guarding the people that I talk to. I'm guarding what comes into my ear that's shaping my beliefs and faith. And I'm seeing myself at a whole new level, millionaire status. Y'all okay with that? Millionaire status? I gotta watch y'all okay with that? That doesn't scare
I'm with you. I'm with you. Millionaire status. I'm in.
I know we talk.
I'm in there.
I want to kind of meet y'all where you're at. Your 100,000, 200 is okay, but I'm talking like millions.
I'm up there already.
Yes, we are.
And so, guys, taking the right actions. The next one, taking the right actions. Taking the right actions. We got to go to work. We got to go to work. We got to do our job. Go to work, do your job, talk to more people. Get out of our heads. A lot of times we get in our head. You got to get out of your head. You got to get out of, stop reading the press and nobody's buying houses. We was talking about on the Academy the other day. Look in your MLS and pull up all the sold listings for the last 90 days. So there's two agents, an agent on both sides that are having transactions. There's a lot of people buying and selling houses. Regardless, yeah, the numbers are down from the previous years, but there's still a lot of people buying and selling houses. People are still getting Icon Agent at eXp Realty. People are still having 10 million, 20 million, $30 million years in this year. So is it the market or is it you? Are you in your head that it's a bad market? Nobody wants to buy. The rates are up. So we got to get out our head and take the right action. Start finding those people. Start getting in front of more people looking to buy and sell real estate, guys. Leverage. In order to go from where you are right now to where you want to be, it's going to take some leverage. You can make up in skill. You can make up in skill what you lack in, make up and leverage what you lack in skill. You can make up and leverage what you lack in skill. Meaning that getting around, getting help, getting support, putting systems in place. Transaction coordinator. Maybe you need a virtual assistant. We've been talking about on our team, buying back your time. Anybody read that book yet? Natasha, did you get that book, Buying Back Your Time? Buy back your time.
I just finished some of it.
Yeah, buy back your time.
Yeah, I got it, but I haven't even played on play. I got a backlog on books.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, which next? Okay, switch. So I'm trying to stay focused and
Yeah.
finish something before I move to the next one because and the key for me right now is implementation, because I feel like we get all this information, but if we implement on the things we have, we would just have even a fraction of the success that they're talking about in a lot of these books. So
Yeah.
right now I'm like focused, like seriously, I'm like head down, implement on what you know.
That's it. Implementation, guys. Just don't be a hearer of the word, but we got to be a doer. We got to implement. We got to put it into action. You got to take action on what you know.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know there's an app out called Blinkist. It's Blinkist, and what it is you sign up for a service, and it takes books. It kind of boils it down, gives you the synopsis, gives you about I think it gives you the top 10 takeaways, and it's audible, so you can listen to it. But I went through 3 or 4 books in the weekend,
Wow.
while I was doing something else, and it's a great app. So a lot of the books that you've mentioned, I go
It's so
online.
funny, Jason, that you would say that. I actually recommend Blinkist, and there's another one out of my class when I teach the class, and I've never used them because I like to get all the information. But yeah, those are good apps from what I understand.
Blinkist. Okay, I'm going to check that out.
It's a summary. It's the Cliff Notes version of all the books you want to read.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And also, if you go on the Chat GPT and then just say, give me a summary of book X, it'll do it.
Okay. That's awesome. So leverage, guys, leverage. How can I leverage myself to do more? How can I leverage some of the buyers that I have? You can only work with so many buyers at a time. You at some point, you're going to have to leverage yourself, which you're going to have to get showing assistance or partner up with other agents to take care of those buyers to do more business. But if you're getting bogged down with 2-3 buyers at a time, it's gonna impact your prospecting, your lead generation, your capacity to bring in more business, because now you're consumed with these 2 or 3 buyers. Not saying anything's wrong with it. That's great, but now you got to leverage yourself. Leverage yourself with listings, more listings coming in if you can. But even with those buyers, nothing wrong with those buyers. We love buyers, but you're going to have to get some help, support to get them out looking at homes, showing houses, writing the contracts, going on home inspections. You got to get some leverage in your business in order to scale. What areas of my business can I leverage out? Can I, again, buy back my time? I may lose a little bit of commission, but I'm doing a lot more. I'm having other people do open houses. I'm doing other things to leverage my time. So leverage, we're going to be talking about that a lot in 2024, leverage and systems to scale, leverage and systems to scale, to go to the next level. You got to have a TC, regardless of where you are. Do it a couple of times your own, so you know the process, you know how to, track everything, sky slope, getting stuff to the attorneys and coordinating with the, the loan officer, ordering HOAs, docs, all that stuff. Learn it, but then quickly leverage that out to a transaction coordinator, guys. a TC or a virtual assistant where you train them to be a transaction coordinator. Anybody else doing that? Got TC, virtual assistant?
You know what? I'll be honest. I mean, I haven't heard buy back your time yet, but I'm figuring it's going to affirm a lot of the things that I see. It's like with me being as busy as I have been, I found that it's just so much going on that in order for us to be productive, the stuff that does not require us to be a part of, we've got to delegate. And that's part of the key to being successful. I mean, I had to delegate stuff out because with me taking care of my mom, ministry, my kids, I was like, a lot of stuff was falling through the cracks, and having a virtual assistant, while it was like, I got to do this.
Yeah. It doesn't cost a lot, guys. It costs you more not having it. It's going to cost you more not having that person where you can delegate, leverage things out. You'll get to the point where, grass, I have somebody do my lawn. I don't have time to like wash the car all the time, by hand like I used to. Even though I love to do that. Even putting up the Christmas lights outside. I had a company come in and do that, leveraging my time, buying back my time. We were on the express last night, the Easy Pass coming home. We got these express lanes in Northern Virginia where you got to have the Easy Pass thing up there in your windshield. My wife was like, man, I get on this thing. She doesn't think about it because I got it set up on automatic draft, in the account. But I said, honey, we're really buying our time. This is what this thing is all about, really buying our time. It's like, do we want to be stuck in traffic over there on 95, or do we want to buy our time and get on the express and get home in, half the time? So having that type of mindset where how can I leverage my time? Time is, one of the most precious commodities. We don't get any more of it. So, and the last one here, guys, is becoming a better communicator. Becoming a better communicator. You got to get to the point where you're learning to communicate, especially in this season, what's going on in the real estate industry. You got to be able to communicate your value. Why you are the agent that they should work with. Why should you, what are you going to do to earn that commission? Anybody want to talk about that? Your value, becoming a better communicator? Getting in front of rooms now. It can be a Zoom room. Communicating, sharing your knowledge, teaching a class, helping first-time home buyers, helping home sellers. Becoming a better communicator. Anybody can jump in.
So one of the things another thing I've started doing is really, as a buyer's agent, and I'm pivoting to be more listing. Yes, Joy, I heard your voice in the back of my head. But still working with buyers, really communicating my value is listing out the things that I do as a buyer's agent to help them. And whether they're listing their home, they're buying as well as selling, which is what one of my local niche markets, because I have my international buyers as well, is communicating that value. And what I find with international buyers, they are more inclined to understand my value more readily, like pay my retainer fee, etc., upfront versus someone that is just walking into this situation. So those are the types of things, we want to look at is how are you selling your value? And the fact that you passed a real estate test, guys, that is a crucial element to this entire thing, is that a lot of times we take for granted, a lot of people didn't pass the test. You may not have the same experience with Rod, but I leverage the people on this team. I leverage the fact that Joy is a broker, an associate broker, and she's my accountability partner, and her knowledge and expertise is, above, the normal. I leverage that information. So as new agents, we're not putting limits on ourselves in terms of our ability to communicate your value. Your value is also associated with those people that you are connected to. we can look at the some three people that we're connected to determine, where our income, our attitude, all of that stuff is going to take us. So look at who you're connected to as well. And this is really directed towards the newer agents. It's that communicating that efficiently, effectively, and consistently. I work with a multi-million-dollar agent team that is doing phenomenal things in real estate. While I haven't achieved icon status, I feel like I'm an icon because I will be one day because I work with icons. So the reality is that your company determines your leverage and where you're heading to. So being able to communicate that with confidence. Confidence is another key factor. How confident are you that you know what you're talking about, or you know someone that knows the answer to the questions you have? So being able to communicate that with confidence and practicing it as on a consistent basis. So I tend to practice that. I'm always refining, always getting better at it. But I'm just saying to us is that we've got to be able to communicate when we're going into a listing presentation, when we're going into a buyer consultation, whatever your case may be, being able to communicate that consistently and with confidence, because confidence is a key factor there. Not arrogance, but confidence.
That's awesome. Thank you, Tasha. Woo. Guys, I'm gonna open it up for any Q&A, any comments. That's it for me this morning. Any comments, any takeaways?
Good morning, Rod. This is Tina. I just wanted to thank Delisha for joining us this morning as my guest.
Oh,
Delisha
well,
Cole.
Delisha, glad to have you.
Thank you, and I appreciated being invited, and I enjoyed the information you shared. It's very valuable, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome anytime. We have a Delisha at EXP. She's a rock star agent too. Anybody know Delisha down in Dallas, Texas area? Yeah, she's like top 1% of the whole country. So yeah, but we're glad to have you, Delisha Cole.
Thanks again.
Yes, ma'am. Any other comments, guys? Any takeaways? What you get out of this mastermind today?
I got raise the bar. That's what I got out of it. Raise the ceiling, raise the bar, chart my numbers better. And that was the big takeaway for me. Raise the bar. Don't be afraid to raise the bar.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get in our own way with we run around, as I joke with somebody about running. My head is big and I'm running around in it. I'm running around in my head just thinking about, oh, but if I do this and if I do that. And sometimes I think it's some enemy like, oh, what happens when you get to a certain tax bracket? Do they tax you more? Just dumb. That's just dumb stuff right there.
Yeah.
So
but that's real though, Joy. That's real what you just said, because that blocks a lot of people. That block, I had to deal with that. I had to push past that. That's why you got to get a good CPA. Yeah, we'll be talking more about that, but that's a good one you said.
Yeah, that kind of stuff right there, and one of the things I do like about our group is we talk about stuff like, hey, getting a good CPA, getting wills, trust, all of that good stuff. All of that stuff is needed when you come to a certain price point in your life. You're in a certain price point, you don't, everybody should have a will, especially if you have something. But a lot of, you'll see it every day. People are like, oh, somebody died, let's do a cash app, we need to have some stuff in place. We are, of the Most High God. You have to have excellence in place. You just can't leave here just leaving. Just have everything in place. So that's, start adulting. That's what we need to do.
That's good. Love it. Love it. Anybody else, guys? Any other comments?
I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for your time for the Agent Academy. And I want to say I really haven't exhausted all the things that I've learned from the stream team. I still have a lot of catching up to do with my notes and putting into practice what I've been taught. But the little that I've been able to imbibe it has really helped. Like the event we went to yesterday, I remember Elizabeth Raleigh saying, just be you.
Yeah.
Take all the information that you can, but just narrow it down to who you truly are, because everybody recognizes your uniqueness and they recognize your authenticity. So
Mhm.
I just want to appreciate the time, the effort, and I've not been able to meet my bar yet because I set it so high that I'm still trying to catch up on it,
All right.
but I just want to appreciate all the efforts that you put and, the rest of the mentors here into making sure that we learn what you guys have already known, what you've practiced, and you're giving it to us freely. I really want to appreciate that.
All right, man. Well, thank you, Rose. We appreciate you too.
And I just wanted to add, the one benefit that I always gain from this group and EXP as a whole is keeping you focused. Everybody goes through their, you go through your day to day, and sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. You get bogged down in what's right there in front of you. But every time I come, log in for a meeting, listen to what other people are saying, what's going on. You get that focus, that perspective of what you need to do. And a lot of times it's a lot of information, and like Rose was saying, you can't. There's a lot of information coming at you, and you can't jump on it all at once. So what I got to do, you got to slow down and say, well, okay, I see this. I'm gonna jump on this, get that nailed down, and now let me go move on over here and do something else. But it gives you a perspective of what you need to do, what you need to accomplish, and I get that, I get that week in and week out when I log in with this group.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, brother. Guys, as we get down to the end here, just want to make an announcement. Tim Neal's mother, her homegoing services today in Upper Marlboro between 1 and 2. I'm planning to attend, but I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys want to send him a text or send him some love later on today, I know it's gonna be a tough day for him. Okay. Stop recording here.